Most men think dominance means being loud, aggressive, or controlling. They think it means talking over people, showing off, or acting like they don't care. But real dominance is the opposite. Real dominance is quiet, it is calm, it is controlled. And the truth is, women don't respond to fake dominance. They respond to grounded presence. If you master what you're about to learn, you won't need to chase attention anymore. Attention will come to you. Dominance is not about overpowering a woman. It is about mastering yourself. A man who cannot control his emotions cannot lead. A man who cannot handle rejection cannot be confident. And a man who needs validation cannot be dominant. The first rule is simple but powerful. Dominance begins with emotional discipline. When you walk into a room, your mood should not be controlled by who was there, who looks at you, or who ignores you. Most men enter social spaces scanning for approval. Dominant men enter spaces already approved by themselves. Women instinctively notice emotional stability. When a man stays calm under pressure, when he doesn't react impulsively, when he doesn't get rattled by small things, he signals strength. Not physical strength, psychological strength. And psychological strength is what creates attraction. If someone teases you and you instantly react defensively, you lose presence. If someone disagrees with you and you get irritated, you lose authority. Dominance is the ability to stay centered while others become emotional. It's the ability to smile when challenged, to listen when provoked, and to respond instead of react. Another truth most men don't understand is that dominance is deeply connected to pace. Watch how most men behave around women they find attractive. They talk faster, they laugh louder, they move more, they try harder. All of that signals nervous energy. Nervous energy communicates insecurity. A dominant man slows down. His speech is steady. His movements are relaxed. His eye contact is calm. He doesn't rush to fill silence because he's comfortable inside it. Silence is not awkward for him. Silence is space, and space creates tension, and tension creates attraction. Dominance is also shown through decisiveness. Indecision kills attraction faster than anything else. When a woman asks, "What do you want to do?" and a man says, "I don't know, whatever you want," he thinks he's being nice, but what he's actually showing is hesitation. Decisiveness is not about controlling her, it's about leading yourself. Saying, "Let's go here," or "I want to try this place," communicates direction. Even if she suggests something else, your willingness to choose shows confidence. Women don't expect perfection, they respond to certainty. There is a huge difference between dominance and toxicity. Toxic men try to dominate others. Dominant men only dominate themselves. Toxic behavior is loud, forceful, and insecure. True dominance is quiet, grounded, and stable. Toxic men interrupt. Dominant men listen. Toxic men brag. Dominant men speak when they have something meaningful to say. Toxic men seek attention. Dominant men attract attention without asking for it. The difference is internal power versus external performance. One of the strongest signals of dominance is boundaries. A man without boundaries cannot be respected. If you tolerate disrespect, ignore your own standards, or accept treatment you don't like just to keep someone interested, you instantly lose authority. Boundaries are not ultimatums, they are standards. They are the quiet decision that you will not participate in situations that lower your value. When you calmly say, "I don't like that," or "that doesn't work for me," without anger or apology, you show self-respect, and self-respect is magnetic. Dominant men are not afraid of disagreement. They don't need everyone to agree with them to feel secure. If a woman challenges your opinion and you immediately change your stance just to please her, she subconsciously registers weakness. But if you calmly say, "I see your point, but I still think this," you demonstrate stability. Confidence is not stubbornness. Confidence is comfort with standing alone if necessary. Another powerful trait is presence. Most men are physically present but mentally scattered. They check their phones, they look around the room, they think about what to say next instead of listening. Presence means giving your full attention to the moment. When you truly listen, when you maintain eye contact, when your responses show you actually heard her, you create intensity. Presence makes people feel seen, and when a woman feels fully seen, she feels the energy of your focus. That focus is dominance. Body language speaks louder than words. Dominant body language is relaxed, open, and grounded. Shoulders back, movements smooth, no fidgeting, no restless shifting. Stillness is power. When you move less, every movement means more. Even your gaze communicates authority. Looking at someone steadily without staring aggressively shows comfort and confidence. Looking away quickly shows doubt. Your body is always speaking. The question is whether it is saying confidence or insecurity. Dominance also requires detachment from outcome. Most men talk to women hoping for a specific result. They want approval, they want validation, they want attraction. That desire creates pressure. Pressure creates tension, and tension creates awkwardness. A dominant man talks because he wants to, not because he needs something. He's okay whether she likes him or not. That mindset is powerful because it removes desperation, and desperation is the fastest way to lose attraction. Humor is another subtle form of dominance. Not loud jokes, not forced punchlines, calm, effortless humor. When you can laugh easily, tease lightly, and keep interactions playful without trying too hard, you show social confidence. Humor signals intelligence, emotional control, and comfort. But the key is effortlessness. Forced humor feels needy. Natural humor feels magnetic. Dominant men do not chase attention. They build lives that attract it. Instead of obsessing over how to impress women, they focus on improving themselves. Their goals, health, knowledge, and discipline become their foundation. Women are drawn to men who are already moving forward. Motion creates attraction. Stagnation kills it. If your life has direction, your presence automatically feels stronger. Another overlooked trait is patience. Weak men rush everything. They rush conversations, they rush relationships, they rush intimacy. Dominant men understand timing. They let things unfold. Patience shows confidence because it signals you're not afraid of waiting. Urgency often reveals fear. Calm pacing reveals control. Tone of voice matters more than words. A steady, relaxed tone communicates certainty. A shaky or overly fast tone communicates nervousness. Practice speaking slightly slower than normal, not artificially slow, but deliberately calm. Pauses are powerful. They make people listen. They make your words feel intentional. Silence before speaking often commands more attention than speaking immediately. Dominance is also emotional independence. If your mood depends on how a woman responds to you, you give away your power. If she texts late and you feel anxious, you lose stability. If she cancels plans and you feel crushed, you lose grounding. A dominant man enjoys connection, but does not rely on it for his emotional state. His happiness is self-generated. That independence makes him attractive because it shows he is complete on his own. Another key principle is authenticity. Acting dominant never works. People can sense performance. Real dominance comes from alignment between your words, actions, and values. If you pretend to be someone you're not, your energy becomes inconsistent. Authenticity creates coherence. Coherence creates trust, and trust creates attraction. Women don't respond to perfection. They respond to realness. Dominance is also shown through restraint. Just because you can say something doesn't mean you should. Just because you can react doesn't mean you must. Restraint is power under control. Anyone can explode. Few can remain calm. When you choose your responses carefully, you show mastery. Mastery is attractive because it signals maturity and strength. Leadership is another form of dominance. Leadership does not mean controlling people. It means guiding situations, suggesting plans, setting direction, taking initiative. If you're with a group and no one knows what to do, the man who calmly says, "Let's go here," naturally becomes the center. Leadership is attractive because it removes uncertainty. People gravitate towards those who create clarity. Confidence without kindness becomes arrogance. Kindness without confidence becomes weakness. Dominance is the balance of both. Speak respectfully, treat others well, but never shrink yourself to be liked. True dominance is firm but fair, strong but warm, grounded but open. It is the combination of strength and empathy. Your standards define your presence. If you accept anything, you communicate that you have no value. If you have clear standards for how you live, how you spend time, and how you allow others to treat you, you radiate self-respect. Standards don't need to be announced. They are demonstrated through behavior. What you tolerate teaches people how to treat you. Another truth is that dominant men are comfortable with rejection. Rejection does not threaten their identity. It simply means mismatch. When you stop fearing rejection, you stop acting needy. When you stop acting needy, your energy changes. Confidence grows when your self-worth is not tied to someone else's opinion. Focus is power. When you speak, say what you mean. Don't ramble. Don't over-explain. Clear communication shows clarity of thought. Clarity of thought signals confidence, and confidence signals dominance. Simplicity is strength. The more grounded you feel inside, the less you need to prove outside. Discipline is the backbone of dominance. Discipline in habits, discipline in emotions, discipline in goals. A disciplined man trusts himself because he keeps promises to himself. That self-trust becomes visible. It shows in posture, tone, and decisions. When you trust yourself, others feel it. Dominance is not something you turn on around women. It is a way of being that exists all the time. If you only act confident in certain situations, it will feel forced. But if you build inner stability daily, your presence becomes natural. You don't perform dominance, you embody it. Remember this clearly. Women are highly perceptive to emotional cues. They can sense insecurity even if your words sound confident. They can sense confidence even if you say very little. Your internal state always leaks into your external behavior. That's why inner work matters more than external tricks. The strongest form of dominance is calm certainty. Not loud certainty, calm certainty. The kind that doesn't need applause, the kind that doesn't argue endlessly, the kind that simply knows. When you reach that state, people feel it immediately. They may not know why, but they feel it. So if you want to be dominant around women without acting toxic, stop trying to dominate them. Dominate your impulses. Dominate your fears. Dominate your doubts. Build emotional control. Speak with intention. Move with calmness. Set standards. Lead when needed. Listen when appropriate. Stay grounded regardless of reaction. That is real power. And understand this final truth. Dominance is not something you show to impress women. It is something you develop to respect yourself. When you respect yourself deeply, your presence changes automatically. And when your presence changes, attraction becomes a side effect, not a goal. If you learned something valuable from this, make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay connected, because the more you understand psychology, confidence, and human behavior, the more powerful your presence becomes.